on here, though Salsi with a good Zonia staying alive, so one dead, no drops so far. They did use the Guardian Angel. Kairos taking some pain, but Salsi refusing to die in Chaos, though he has so much lifesteal, does refuse to die as well.
Rainman saves himself with a quick blind and a beautiful flash by Graves. Dan Din able to get out of the ethereal chain from Reginald. Reginald could have gotten a kill there quite easily, and Rainman kept himself alive with 150 health after getting 350 crits twice in a row on him. He just instantly blinded Dan and was like, see you later, man. no more of that.
But they got up turret and they can keep pushing. The odd one gone for 30 seconds means no tank. Everyone here is ranged for TSM, which means Epic can kind of just jump in and everyone has to run away. No one wants to take that damage. You can see the entire team very, very afraid here. If a move will whiff, of course, they will dodge that, and they're on to the second inhibitor. They've got a good chance here. They have no mini wave for bottom, but it might not matter too much. 2 inhibs gone. They could take their own blue and some other jungle camps.
Yeah, with the amount, it seems that TSM at this point in the game, as it comes really late, relies too much on the ultimates, too much on the crescendo, too much on True Shot Barrage hitting everybody in the fight, when everybody that on Epic can continuously do damage. You have Graves to just spit out bullets. You have Westrice to jump in and do damage. And ultimates can happen over and over again. Salsi has a constant ultimate. Udyr doesn't. He can just continue to do his abilities. So it really seems that at this late in the game, as I said, TSM has to rely on those ultis too much, and they can only fight when they're up.
Yeah, you're kind of right. At the same time, though, although they're not ultimate, so they are ultimate reliant. Their actual regular abilities have such low cooldowns. Starter,
that's true.
Gonna constantly spam that Q. Ezreal gonna spam Q as well. Sona just known for mashing her face against the keyboard. Teemo, pretty much auto attack based as well, but they don't have the high impact single spells. There's no Soraka heal. There's no never move. There's no buckshot. They don't have those type of abilities. So they're like either like constant fight or like every 3 minutes fight. Whereas if you can kind of bait out the ults from Epic, then you have these chunks of power from giant Soraka heals, giant buckshots, and yeah, that's been giving them some really good fights in these sort of medium durations where you get kind of 2 waves of your big cooldowns. Those will really push you over.
And a very good map control now. They're starting to get the wards out. Just, I believe, about 15 minutes ago, we saw Rainman pushing that top lane by himself, and TSM was in a very good position in middle, now being pushed back to their side. And they're starting to do a very good job of keeping the pressure on TSM. However, not anywhere near out of this game. This is still a very close game. It could go either way. 17 to 11, 6K golden difference, but everybody's pretty much built up. They don't have really much more that they can build. Reginald can get some more AP there. He's still got a few Doran's rings, but really he's doing the damage he needs to be. Anything here out from these champions is going to be survivability.
Absolutely true. We're going to see what these guys can do with their increased survivability due to their gold. Is going to do enough for him. I mean, Dan is pretty much maxed on items now. He actually sold Wriggles for another Bloodthirster. That's actually not fully stacked yet, though, so that will be kind of important.
Double Shurelya's on both teams. I like it.
Very smart. Still, I don't see Aegis for solo mid. I think that is a mistake. And they're going to jump in there a little bit.
Wow, huge damage. Nice shot. One shot from Dan Din. Rainman taking a big chunk of health off there.
For sure.
And this is that pressure we were talking about before. Now you can see blue is just creeping up in those lanes all the way up, and they are keeping the pressure on so that TSM cannot farm those minions as they come in. They do not want to give them that golden resource. They want to stay in their face and do what they can to poke that damage out.
Skarner goes in. Go for it.
Starting to go to ulti. Dan Din taking a lot of damage. The crescendo didn't hit everybody they wanted. It looks like Azonia's onto Salsi as they are focusing Chaos. He may go down. No, Odd One gets out of that one alive. So does Chaos. Akali goes down, and so does Reginald. So that's 1 for 1 so far. And it looks like they have a lot of movement here. One Nexus turret down. Siege minions absolutely beating on the Nexus turrets. And now the Nexus open up. They will be able to do enough damage here. TSM forced to their fountain. And Epic creeping their way back in that one after being the underdog at 30 minutes. They really took that one into their favor and played an amazing game.
That was definitely a comeback. That was a couple of amazing fights in a row.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was anyone from TSM getting caught out necessarily. Like I don't think there was like, oh, we got this kill, so we picked everyone off. It was like a team fight happened, and it was like, by the way, Swain's going to 1v2. Swain's kind of going to take down that Ezreal and that Teemo.
This guy's going to turn into a bird. Here you go.
He's going to turn into a bird. There's a YouTube video about it. You should look for it. I'm a bird, Swain. It's there. That's going to get 20,000 hits right now from that. Also, if you want to search Captain Timo, also good videos
man.
to search for. However, still excellent play by Salsi, and Dan was talking about it in the post-game interview. I made a bunch of mistakes, but Salsi carried me, so thanks. This was a much more team effort, I don't think. I think everyone played exceptionally well. Sure, okay, Udyr got 0 kills, but 2 deaths on a tank, that's rather impressive. So anyway, we do have Travis on the floor who's going to give us some updates from there, so hit that up.
Hi guys, I am here on the floor right now. What a crazy game we just saw. At the same time, Reflex and Dignitas were game 2 right now. I have Rambo with me, who was previously on Rock Solid before it was Dignitas. You guys might know of him. And I'm going to ask him a couple questions about that game in a second, but I just want to first give a shout out to all the love that I'm seeing on our League of Legends, on Twitter. MLG loves you guys, and you know what? This audience is awesome too, so I'd love to hear you guys make some noise. Yeah, there we go. League of Legends, right? All right. So Rambo, if you could just really quickly take me through the games that you saw, because I know you were watching over the shoulders, to give some insight into how Dignitas ended up beating Reflex.
Okay, well, what happened was Reflex was winning initially, and then they pushed mid, and Morgana overextended, and she kind of got insta-give, and afterwards, Cutie just got fed as Ezreal, and they couldn't handle his poke, and they just couldn't sustain after that. Also, Rumble's build, he went for Guardian Angel, so that really hurt his damage output. And with the team comps that Dignitas likes to run, once the assassins get ahead, they're going to win the game. So you just can't let them get ahead like that.
All right, and if you had to pick a MVP of Dignitas so far from what you've seen, I'm curious to who you would say.
I'd have to give that to Cutie Pie. He's been playing the most consistently. Out of all the Dignitas players, I know there have been a couple slip-ups here and there, but that's bound to happen. Cutie, though, his play on AD carry is phenomenal. His positioning is really on point so far, and he's been able to carry them in the past game. So, well done, Cutie.
So I'm curious, I know that you have a bit of a bias since you're so close to the Dignitas guys, but who do you think is going to take the tournament?
I think Epic's going to take the tournament because they've been playing really well. Yeah.
It sounds like the audience agrees with you. All right, well, you know what? We're going to go back to the studio, so go ahead and freaking Rivington, take it away.
Amazing. We actually have a few questions for you guys. Rambo, what's good, man? Good to see you as well. It's Reflex's bottom. Yesterday they scrimmed with the Ashe support. Did they choose to use that today, or did they seem to go just the regular meta healer support?
They've been going back to the healer support, and it's a bit more standard, a bit safer for tournament play, which is what you expect to see from these top teams.
Okay. Is Game 2 going on yet, or are they in Champions League? What's going on with that one?
They're going into Game 2 right now, so it's started and they're playing right now.
All right, cool. Well, hopefully we can get an update mid-game on at least the lineups. We can get maybe a score update partway through, or a lineup. Whenever you get a chance.
Yeah,
maybe
for sure.
maybe in our mid-game delay as we go through champ select of Epic TSM.
Indeed.
We are 9 players and 3 spectators in on this game, so spectators are ready. We have all of Team Silamid in there. Epic are 4 deep. We are missing out on looks like Dyrus. I think he's got to look up a new jungle guide. I think hey Dyrus, next day we need a gangplank. Just head to that website, man. Head to Silamid. Get those odd one tips in there, and then hopefully he will not net a wolves this time.
There's only one line in that. It says, eat oranges.
You don't realize it's the entire guide?
The entire guide.
Malzahar stares at me. Eat oranges. I'm K. No
Percentage damage will always do damage.
In percentages.
In percentages.
That's good. That's good. And I've been stealing your doesn't suck all the time, too, so a lot of Rivisms. But anyway, guys, we're going to hit a commercial real quick as we get the game ready, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with Game 2.
I am an MLG gold member.
I got gold. I'm a gold member.
I got gold. Got gold?
I've been a gold member since it first came out.
I'm an MLG Gold member, and I actually got it earlier at Raleigh.
I thought it would actually take us the whole weekend to get autographed, but as a gold member, it was like...
You get to enjoy like so much money off Astros and other MLG merchandise.
All the perks that you wish